You are sitting outside in your backyard, and you admire the way that the trees and the colors look. You notice the flowers blooming next to the pond that sits in your backyard, and you wonder for just a moment what it would be like to capture that moment. That is what Claude Monet did. Claude Monet was born in Paris on November 14, 1840, stated by Cal Latina, author of the book Claude Monet. When he was younger, he wanted to be an artist, so he told his father that he was his dream. And his father ran a grocery business and basically told Monet that he didn't care and kind of shrugged his shoulders and brushed it off. And he believed that his son should follow in his footsteps and take over the grocery business. Well, Monet didn't like that. So when Monet got a little older, he drew caricatures and portraits for his neighbors. And one day, somebody told him that his portraits and caricatures had such maturity and proficiency that he should take his paintings down to the local art gallery. And there he met a professional artist who loved what Monet did and told Monet, hey, you should expand your skill and try doing something different. Well, the local artist drew landscapes and told Monet that he should practice drawing landscapes. Well, Monet didn't think anything of it and kind of just contemplated on whether he wanted to change or not. And finally, Monet said, yeah, why don't I give that a try? So Monet went with the professional local artist and started practicing and drawing landscapes. Well, then after that, he got good at drawing landscapes, and he started selling his works of art at other art galleries, and his artwork started spreading from Paris to Normandy. The title of the painting is The Corner of the Garden at Montgueron, obviously painted by Claude Monet. It was painted in France in 1876. And that's stated by the State Museum of New Western Art. Monet was part of the Impressionist group along with a bunch of other people. And Monet first started out as a one-man art show and then switched to a bigger group and then went back to a one-man art show. And throughout his career, he traveled all over Europe with his art, and in 1922 started suffering from eye disease, and in 1926 ended up passing away. And that was stated by Brodskaya. The subject matter of the painting would be that Monet took his view and basically pretended to be looking through another person's eyes. He wanted people to understand what he was seeing, and so basically he pictured himself as another person painting these pictures. So whenever you look at Monet's pictures, he's looking through like your eyes rather than looking through just his. The artistic form would be that Monet made his paintings look so realistic. The way that he uses his like primary and secondary and tertiary colors, and the way that he combines them all, it makes them look so realistic and so beautiful. The way that the water reflects the sky and the trees makes it look even better and more realistic too. And I think that he did a really good job with like the artistic form. And Monet tended to use his own brushstrokes. Like in his Impressionist group, they did things a certain way, but he kind of stuck to himself and used his brushstrokes and his own colors and kind of did his own thing compared to everyone else. He was good at painting color for the sake of the light rather than light for the sake of color. When looking at Monet's paintings, they were never misinterpreted. You could always tell exactly who or what was going on in every single one of his paintings. There was never a moment where it was too confusing or too weird to look at. You could always just exactly tell what he was thinking when he painted that picture. And that was stated by Brunskill. My view of the painting is that the flowers, I think, stick out the most to me because they look so realistic, and just like he did a great job of picking the flowers and the colors and just making them look so real. And like even with the water again, like where he made the sky and the trees reflect off of that, I thought that that was really awesome and pretty, and he did a great job of, making it feel like it was a picture out of like my own backyard. Like that's how good he drew that painting. I feel like he didn't use like any continuous lines. Like he basically used short brush strokes and made everything blend well together, and made the painting looks like smooth and neat, and it doesn't look all crowded or confusing to look at. And I feel that the painting is really well put together. A critic review that I read stated that he felt the insistence on painting nature encourages quick application of unmixed color. So basically, he felt that the results of painting landscapes was bad, and that it was never looked complete, and it always looked kind of like messy. But in my opinion, looking through all of Monet's pictures, that they all looked clean and well organized, and you could tell what was going on in each picture. Okay, so this picture right here behind me, the guy in the beard, that is Monet. And the guy below him, that's Eugene Boudin, and that's who told him he should start painting landscapes instead of doing caricatures and portraits. This painting right here above me, that painting is the corner of the garden at Monte Huron. That's the painting that we've been talking about. And these other paintings right here, these are other paintings that I liked by him. The first one is Water Lilies, the second one is Impression Sunrise, and the third one is Haystacks. So the reason I like those pictures, those other paintings, because I just think like the colors in them are really pretty, and like the Water Lilies one, it just looks so realistic, and it's like I said before about the other painting, it's like looking at it in your own backyard. That's how real he makes his paintings look. And I think that the Impression Sunrise picture painting is really pretty because it's like when you live on a lake and then you're watching the sunset. That's what it reminds me of. Okay, so there's a couple other people that I put on my poster. These are other famous impressionists that I decided to show everybody. So the first person I have is Vincent van Gogh, and then you have Pierre Auguste Renoir, and you have Edgar Degas, and Paul Cézanne, and Mary Cassatt. So these are all people who worked with Claude Monet in the Impressionist group, and they all are well known for their paintings, and I'm sure if you looked up some of their famous paintings, you would know exactly like who they were, what those paintings were. Okay. In conclusion to this, I think that Claude Monet showed me that if you have a dream and like your parents don't want you to succeed, or like don't care about your dream, and you still put your mind to it, that you can succeed. And that's exactly what Claude Monet did. He kind of forgot about what his dad said, and he just started drawing himself, and then, people loved his drawings and told him to basically take it downtown, and he started to draw better stuff, and he became famous. And I think that Claude Monet is a great artist, and I think that he did a good job.